Hi guys, thanks for tuning in today. Last episode we took care of this inner wheel well and the body mount here. This was pretty much rusted away, so we used the donor piece, welded it in. I've since put a real light skim coat of fiberglass filler over the weld seam just to, in case there's any pinholes I missed. I went over it with a light inside and out. I think I got them all, but just in case I put that on there. We're not hiding the fact that this is welded on, so I don't mind if you see some welds. Um, there is some rust on here we got to take care of. We'll probably use like an OSFO or some type of acid-based rust treater and neutralize this rust here. I'm not going to get too crazy grinding away at this. It's pretty pitted. So we'll try the rust inhibitor and see how that works there. But for today's project, we're going to work on this bumper bracket here. This is in pretty rough shape. So I do have a donor piece that's a little bit better than this, but we'll take this apart, take a good look at it. I don't think it's savable. It looks pretty bad. We'll go over it with a wire wheel, remove it from the car, fix the inside wheel well, and then either replace it or try to fix it. It's probably going to be a replacement. So that's on the agenda for today. Stick around. This must be some kind of hardened steel or something that keeps dulling the drill bits. Gone through two of them already. They start out cutting really good, and then they just dull up. Alright, I got most of them drilled out here, I think. Let's see if we can get it with this is a panel separator. I think we'll get in there with the air chisel. Yeah, there's not much left of that. I don't think we'll be saving this. So go ahead and clean up this section with a non-woven pad. I like those non-woven pads because they don't take away any metal, just paint, rust. There's very little sparks when you run it, so you can tell it's not removing any metal. So we'll clean it up and get a game plan on patching this. Okay, so here's the damage here. It's like this bottom piece is pretty good. I think we can patch it right along here pretty tight to the rust hole. This doesn't look like it's thinned out at all. So I'll probably just cut it back a little bit and make a patch. That'll be a simple patch. Okay, so here's our donor piece. I have it in a vise. What I'm going to do is take a wire wheel and clean this up so we can see where the spot welds are. And what I'll do then is take it down to the other shop and drill these out in the drill press. I think that's going to be the easiest way to do that. Then we'll be able to see kind of what we're dealing with, and we'll be able to repair this, hopefully. It is a lot better than what came out of the car, which is this. So I don't think we're going to be able to use this. So the wire wheel does a pretty good job of exposing the spot welds. You know, it's not a good idea to use gloves while working on a drill press, but I don't want this thing to grab and spin on me. If it does, I want to be wearing gloves. So I'm just going to be careful. Okay, so I have this fitting in here really nice now. Just took a little bit of hammering. So what we need to do is fix these cracks. There's 2 cracks and that big hole. So we'll weld all that up, and then we'll drill a new hole and weld a nut to the back. And then this will be repaired. And then all these holes will be good for plug welds. Okay, so I put this in the sandblaster, cleaned it up, or the bead blaster, and hammered it as straight as I could get it. It fits the body pretty good now. But we need to weld these cracks up, and then I'll take a drill bit, drill this out, and patch this hole. And then we'll drill a new hole and weld a nut to the back. So we have to weld these cracks up first. Okay, so we're going to use this bit here, this unibit or Christmas tree bit, some people call it, to go through that and get that a nice even hole. And then this here also has been, looks like it's been drilled out, wallered out, it's oblong. So I'm going to clean that out with this, weld it up, drill it, and tap it. Okay, to patch this hole, I'm going to make a piece out of this scrap, a little bit bigger than the hole, and then I'll show you how I do this. So now what I'm going to do is take a coat hanger and weld it to the center of this. So I have that welded on there, roughly in the center. Then I chuck it up in my drill. We just keep checking it. Got a ways to go. So there it is. We'll weld that in. Even got a nice handle. Fits right in there. So now you have a perfect patch. We'll weld that in, grind it down. Okay, after a bunch of hammering, we've gotten this back to straight, and this welded in, and this one fixed up, welded. I still have to tap it yet. So this should be pretty much all set, and I got this patch panel straight, and it goes back together pretty good. The spot welds all line up. So after hammering everything, hammering this straight and this straight, it lines back up, so you should be good to go. I'm gonna clean this up, probably just in the bead blaster quick. Then we have to fix this hole. We'll open that up with a bit, get it round, put a little patch in there, and then there's a couple of these spot welds went through. I'm gonna weld those up, and there's a crack here. We'll weld that up, and otherwise it's pretty good. So these welds didn't go all the way through, and we're just gonna plug weld them back together, so those will be fine. But we'll get it all cleaned up, and then on to fitting this to the body. Okay, this here is all rusted through, and the other sides you can see through it all through in here. So it's probably not a good idea, but I'm going to take a cutter, cut it along here, and take this piece off and repair what's behind it. I wasn't going to do it, but I think we should. Okay, so we have the patch fitting in here good. It's fitting down here good. This little indentation lines up. So we'll scribe it. And then we'll cut this out and weld a patch onto here to go into here. Weld that in and then weld a piece over it. So it'll look just like stock, and we got the rust holes out. These aren't all the way through here, so I'm just going to leave this up here. But this was really bad. So I scribed a line on here, but it's kind of hard to see, so I'm going to put some layout fluid on there and then rescribe it. Okay, so I got a new line scribed in here. You can see it a lot better now with the layout fluid. So we'll cut it to that line. Okay, we have this all cut out now. Take some brake clean and get the layout fluid off. I put a little patch here that was rusted away off camera. It was just basically just a little piece of angle welded in, and a little bit of patchwork under here. I think there's a mouse nest under there, so it really kind of ate away. This should probably be replaced if we were doing a a full restoration, but this is just a get it running, get it on the road restoration. So we'll leave it for now. It's watertight. I put a flashlight under there, made sure it was all welded up. Okay, I have it tacked in. A little too much of a gap in some spots, as usual. I really need a different welder. This welder only has A, B, C, or D for voltage. And I'm running between A. A is a little too cold, weld stands up, and B is kind of blowing through. So I'd really like a welder that you could adjust that without having to lock into A, B, C, or D. If you could just fine-tune the voltage, that would work a lot better for this. So I think I could get it a little nicer, but we're going to try to go with B. I'd rather have it blow through a little bit more than these high stand-up type welds. So we'll weld this up now fully, grind it down, and then we have to install the bumper bracket. Weld this up from the back, and then I'm just going to weld another plate across the front so it looks like stock here. Okay, so we have this welded in. Now we got to put the bumper bracket on. Came out pretty good. Sucked in a little here, but not too worried about it. for a wheel well. Okay, so I have my patch panel in here. I welded from the back the piece we had onto here. I added onto the patch panel, and then I made this secondary patch that's actually part of the apron. So we'll weld that in, grind that down, 2 holes for spot welds, and then it should look stock with this 2-piece with the inner fender weld going underneath the apron. So we'll weld that in now. So we have that all good to go. That's going to be covered by the fender, so I'm not going to get too worried about it finishing it off. And that again was that Walter Flex Cut. This here, these are really nice. They keep it cold. You can see it didn't get a lot of bluing from the heat, so it keeps it real cold to keep the warping down. And it takes the welds down just as good as like that hard stone grinder. So I highly suggest those. So we're going to try this crud cutter. This is supposed to be a rust remover and inhibitor. So we're going to hit this rust here with it, and there's just a little bit of surface rust on here. So we're going to try it out, hit this, let this do its thing, put a little bit of primer in there, some weld through primer before we weld the bracket on. Okay, so after using the rust converter, it did a pretty good job here. Converted the rust to like this black, just kind of like any of that phosphoric acid type rust converters, and left a phosphate, that's what this white is, coating to protect it. So we'll put a little weld through primer on here, weld the brace in, and then we'll epoxy prime the entire wheel well. And this side should be done then. Okay, I have the bracket clamped in place, and I just made a template here from another one of my cars on the angle. So we got the angle good, and this comes out to, it varies actually. I have a few different cars, and it's either right up to this line or a little over. So this one's just a hair over. So this will be good. So I'll probably take a cut-off drill bit. I just cut a drill bit flush off so it's dull, and I'll just go through these quick and just knock that primer off that's underneath the holes. I mean, this is a weld-through primer, but I like to have that surface nice and clean to get good contact to the main surface. So we'll do that quick and then weld it up. So here I have the blunted over drill bit. You can just hit this on a grinder or a cut-off wheel, and then we can go through here and clean off all these bottoms of the spot welds. You can do that if you don't have weld through primer and you just want to paint it, and then you can just go through this, clean off the paint or primer so you get a good weld. So now it's all cleaned up. You can see these are actually going right back on the old spot welds. That does a good job of cleaning it up. Okay, so here you have it. I'll weld it in, ground down. So it should be good to go. This is at the right angle. There's a little bit of wiggle room in the bumper bracket for adjustment. So that's it. We'll get it into primer. Okay, so there you have it. Got the brace installed and it all primed. So pretty much this whole inner wheel well is now good to go. We did this corner piece, was completely missing. The bracket is all new. Some sections of the wheel well, here, and the new bracket. So it's good to go. The only spot here is this corner, but this is going to get replaced when we do this bottom. We got to fix that. So that'll probably be the next episode. We'll probably start working that way. And then we'll paint this inner wheel well the original blue. It's going back to this Horizon blue. The whole car is. We're going to strip this black off of there. So, but there you have it. Wheel well's all set. I'll put some before and after pictures in after this. So thanks a lot for watching, and please subscribe, give me a like, and we'll see you next time.